Hello there, my name is Jen. Welcome to The Cup and the Pen. In today's video, I'll be taking you through my first book haul of 2022. It actually covers two mini hauls that happened in January. I've decided that for 2022, I'm only going to read books that I'm truly interested in and that I want to read. I'm not going to be reading anything for the sake of a YouTube or BookTube video, which I know is pretty controversial, but hear me out. Reading a book for the sake of a YouTube video, especially a book I wouldn't normally be interested in, kind of sucks. And I've tried to do this before, and I've had to abandon the book and the concept for the video, and it was not a good experience. And it kind of hurt my reading a little bit because it wasn't a book that I wanted to continue to pick up. And so I stopped reading because I had told myself, you have to finish this book and film a video instead of, you can read whatever you want and then make videos about whatever you want related to books. Since I love talking about books, and that's why we're here. Yeah, so let's get into this book haul. So before I pick them up, the first two books I got are The Bone Witch and Wicked As You Wish, which are both written by Chupeco. These books are young adult fantasies. Which is pretty well within my comfort zone. I have been reading more adult fiction since my early 20s. I kind of crossed the bridge into adult fantasy just because, to be quite honest, I didn't know where the young adult sections were in the bookstores that I was going to. I started working in New York City in my early 20s when I started picking up books, in my new area around my office. I was going to the Strand and McNally Jackson's, and then also the Barnes & Noble in Union Square. And I didn't know where the young adult fantasy was, but I found the adult fantasy and sci-fi really fast. Those are in prominent positions in the bookstores, probably because booksellers understand that adults are buying books for the most part, especially, during business hours. So they want the adult books to be front and center. So I transitioned to reading adult sci-fi and fantasy because I couldn't find the young adult, and I didn't even think about it. I was just immediately ooh, shiny object, this book looks really interesting. Dive right into adult fiction. So this is Wicked As You Wish by Chupeco, and I was really drawn to this cover. I think it's really pretty. The purple tones and the orange. It's a really good look. I like it a lot. Wicked As You Wish is a mashup of urban fantasy and fairy tales. It follows Tala, a young woman who is doomed by a family curse to be a spellbreaker, who ends up going on an adventure to a magical land called Avalon. I read on Goodreads that this was Chupeco's first book she'd ever written, that she shelved back in 2010 for not being deemed marketable, or for being deemed not marketable. I took a peek at some of the reviews, and the general consensus is that there's too much going on and the characters are just reacting to everything. I think these are pretty common issues in a first attempt at a novel, or even a second attempt at a novel, or a third, or at telling a story in general. And I'm curious to see how Chupeco dealt with these issues when she revised the book to be able to publish it. So I'm curious about that. So The Bone Witch is Chupeco's breakout book, and it became a bestseller. It's the book that, probably gave her the blank check that she used to publish Wicked As You Wish, which might never have seen the light of day otherwise. Anyway, back to The Bone Witch. I'm interested in necromancy, not in a creepy way, but I think it's cool in a fantasy setting. Necromancers always make terrifying villains. I absolutely love Garth Nix's The Abortion series, which deals with necromancy. So I was excited to see The Bone Witch, which follows T, a young woman that comes from a family of witches who discovers that she has a gift for necromancy when she accidentally raises her brother from the dead. So I'm looking forward to this one. The next book is The Lights of Prague by Nicole Jarvis, which is an adult fantasy novel. To be honest, I didn't realize this was about vampires when I bought it, because Jarvis refers to vampires as Piavice, which is Czech for leech. I was really drawn to this book by the cover. I completely missed the bats flying above the city, which is hilarious. Very pretty cover. I like the black and white illustration of the city of Prague. Very cool. Somehow missed these little bat guys when I picked it up. I was just like, oh, birds or whatever. I don't know what I was thinking. I saw Magic in Prague and I was sold. This book follows Domek, who is a lamplighter in Prague, old-timey Prague, or as this book describes it, gaslight era Prague, as he, lights street lamps and fights demons. I didn't realize there would be vampires until I started reading this recently, and Domek encounters one attacking a woman and he has to kill it with a stake. Would I have gotten this book had I known it was about vampires? I don't know. I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. My cats are named Buffy and Willow, but I haven't found any books about vampires that I truly enjoyed. I tried reading Twilight when I was around 16 years old. This was pre-Twilight era, pre-Twilight craze. The book had just come out, which dates me a little bit. The first book had just come out and I honestly hated it. I think I put it down after the first chapter. I thought it was super boring. The other two books I got are graphic novels. The first one is Tidesong, which is a beautifully illustrated graphic novel about a young girl named Sophie who comes from a family of water witches and goes to live with her aunt so she can prepare for her audition for the Royal Magic Academy. Just like a really pretty cover. Love the pink sky and the purpley water. Super cute. Sophie looks like a classic Studio Ghibli heroine. Adorable. This graphic novel has strong Studio Ghibli vibes. It is gorgeous and lovely and full of magic. I'm really enjoying it so far, and I highly recommend it to anyone who wants to read a Studio Ghibli film in book form. The last book, another graphic novel, is Cat Massage Therapy Volume 1. This book is bonkers. So cat massage therapy, absolutely adorable. Look at this little creature. Look at this Kiki, this Kitona. First, it has an adorable kitty wearing scrubs on the cover that has its paws up like it's asking you to pick it up and give it a snuggle. So that's adorable. Secondly, it's about a cat that runs a massage parlor. This cat understands human language and is capable of giving a great massage, apparently. The artwork is adorable and the story is heartwarming. Seeing the cat wearing tiny scrubs or any of his interns, which are kittens that are also wearing tiny scrubs, just fills my heart with endless joy and is truly beautiful and magical to behold. These are the interns. They're actually trainees, and they're just kittens in a little box, so it's kind of freaking adorable. Look how cute they are. Look at those sweet little faces. Look at them working that keyboard, booking an appointment. So that's my book haul. I hope you liked it, and maybe you found something you'd like to pick up in the future. If you've gotten any books recently, let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for more books, which is kind of a problem. If you like this video, why not give it a like? And if you want to see more bookish content from me, subscribe to The Cup and the Pen. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.